What's up, Ali?
Had implied and said in an interview. Hey man, look here. That man can't train nobody. Shit, I seen it right on the goddamn screen. Can't train nobody. I see why bro got his ass whooped. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. It's my night. What fight? Demetrius. No, the first one. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here.
What's up, brother Ali? How you feeling this morning, baby?
What's happening, bro? I'm feeling good, man. How about you? How's everything going?
I'm good, man. We got one more little skit and we rolling.
We're gonna have an interview. You make the decision. What did you think about the fight?
I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him.
What's up, bro?
I didn't beat him that time, man.
Right. Man, we got a lot to talk about, man. This has been it's not much going on, but it is a lot going on.
Right. There's a lot of small shows, not big names, but there's a lot of small shows that were, happening. Yesterday there was some fights too. I didn't get a chance to catch them, man, for some reason.
I didn't either. So it's all good. I didn't either. I usually catch them Friday nights, but I didn't see it on the schedule like normal.
Yeah, it was on Showtime.
It was a Showbox? Okay. I missed that. I don't know how I missed that, Ali, but yeah, I wish I would have saw that Showbox, bro. Wow. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna call MJ in and then we gonna get going, man.
All right, let's do it.
Because we got a lot to do.
Okay. We're ready.
Yeah, we're MJ will call back if he don't pick up. Maybe this will wake him up, Ali. Maybe this song will wake him.
I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. But let me talk something. Let me let y'all know. Y'all know I beat that boy. Y'all know I beat that boy. Y'all know I beat that boy.
Oh my God, they made it into a song.
Well, Dez is here. Let's add Dez to the stream and let's get the show rocking and cracking. So, Ali, what you want to talk about? What's up, Dez? How you feeling, bro?
What's up, man? Good morning, everybody. What's good?
That's what's happening.
So what do you want to talk about first, Ali? You want to talk about hold up, MJ said that you want to talk about Broner fight? You want to talk about review of last week? What you want to talk about first, Ali? You want to go over the review of last week?
It's up to you guys. Doesn't matter, man. But I just want to give a shout out to Steph Fulton before we do anything, man. Steph Fulton, he's the guy that's really cleaning up the division. And hey, I want to say, I want to give him a shout out and sorry at the same time, man. He wasn't on my radar before you put me on to him.
Okay. So I put Ali on to something.
The smaller weight classes, I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't really follow too much guys in the smaller weight classes because much exposure. But Stephen Fulton, he's really cleaning up that division. I think 130, he can clean up everything all the way up to 130.
Okay. Well, MJ is here. What's up, MJ? You picked up?
Peace. What's going on, fam?
All right, let's play the song for MJ real quick before we get going. We got to get it for.
I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. But let me talk something. Let me let y'all know. Y'all know I beat that boy. Y'all know I beat that boy. Y'all know I beat that boy.
All right. Had to get MJ awake. So, guys, I'm gonna go over Ali real quick. I'm gonna play some of the snippets from Foster's post-fight interview.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with you because you said you thought the slicker guy would win. Then I'm gonna drop it to MJ, then my man Dez, and then I'll finish on what I think. So let's hear what he said and let's hear some of the questions.
Did you plan on feinting as much as you did in this fight, or was it kind of something that you noticed he was biting on a lot because you kept backing up every time you were feinting, and it just seemed like everything you did neutralized his offensive game plan tonight?
Yeah, most definitely. Feinting is a lot of part of my game. It's a big part of my game, but tonight I wanted to use it a lot because I seen through film that he kind of bites off. He kind of fights off his opponent's style. You know, once they punch, he try to react. So I definitely wanted to use that a lot in this fight, just to get him to react and, pull his shots out.
Ali, what you think?
He completely froze him. He couldn't really do much with him, man. Even coming forward, the whole time, but Vargas couldn't do nothing with him. He was too slick. He was coming forward, but still making him miss. Counter punching and just throwing the better punches for me. Straight down the line. Better head movement. Better. Like I said, a boxer is going to beat a puncher all day long.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, go ahead, MJ.
Yo, look, I enjoyed this fight, and there was one glaring distinction, I thought, between these two fighters. Clearly, Foster was a better athlete. If you looked at the way he conducted himself in the ring, the way he was, something, he reminded me during this fight of a fighter you probably don't hear a lot about now, but in his day he was great, Aaron Pryor.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh, Aaron Pryor was a beast.
Aaron Pryor in this fight, the way he was able to kind of come in with that controlled aggression, not out of control. When he jumped in, he was able to let his hands go. And in his corner, they said a few things during that match that reminded me of old school boxing. Because once they realized they had the better athlete, they told him, don't waste too much movement. Just stand in the pocket, catch and shoot. I don't know if you guys caught that during the broadcast, but that right there told me like they knew that they had the better athlete, and Vargas simply couldn't contend with his athletic skills, and it was glaring to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were confident in their guy's skill, and it was apparent, man, from round one that he was the better athlete. Like you're saying, even though he had a much a big disadvantage. There was this big height difference, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter.
He had a height difference, but the reach was the same. Foster's arms are very long, so this was one of those instances where Vargas probably assumed that because he was the taller, rangier guy, that he was going to be able to do what he's done in the past, and that's simply stay on the outside and punish his opponents. But Foster wasn't having any of that.
Yeah, and then Vargas, man, he just looked off from the beginning, man. He walked in with his older brother's shorts on, man.
Y'all stupid. Y'all silly as shit. What you think, Dash?
Man, it was I thought it was gonna be a better fight than what it was. But like Foster just looked good from round one. It just seemed like Foster was like MJ said, the better athlete. I think he tried to make the fight a little closer down the stretch than what it seemed like on the commentary, but Foster dominated that fight. He had good spacing. It seemed like Vargas couldn't really reach him or get to him. He had good movement. Even when Vargas was putting a couple punches together, Foster would move back, create a space, and Vargas really couldn't get no rhythm against him. Foster was good in the pocket. He was good moving back. He was countering. It was an impressive fight by him. He dominated that fight. It was a great fight by him though. And Vargas, I don't know, he didn't make any adjustments during the fight. I think he just kind of underestimated Foster. He just went in there with one game plan, didn't adjust during the fight, and it was over. From like the first couple of rounds, I could see just Foster was going to just outbox this guy all night, honestly.
He thought he was going there and throw that bullshit ass one lucky punch.
Exactly. And then he was like, I don't know, I never see Vargas was doing like shoulder rolling. He was trying to shoulder roll. I never even seen him really do that in a lot of fights. I don't know what his game plan was. Like I said, I think I underestimated Foster a little bit because he might have been a little bit bigger than him. He 33-1. I mean, Vargas was undefeated if I believe, right? He was undefeated.
Yeah, that's what Ali and MJ said. He was undefeated. I didn't even know that.
Foster got a couple losses. I just really think he went in there, thought he was gonna win that fight easily. He didn't have no backup plan what Foster was doing, so easy fight for Foster, man. Hats off to him.
In the new,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, can I add one more thing?
Yeah.
Just on what Dan said, those were great points. Not only did my man get beat in the ring, he got out coached. Foster's team, obviously, those guys came in with a fantastic game plan, and they were making adjustments. And from the initial onset, once Foster started backing Vargas up, you knew it was a wrap. Because Vargas can't fight backing up.
Yo, I've noticed that. I said
Right.
he's the slick puncher, and even though he was moving side to side, he was coming forward. He wasn't going backwards and going. He was coming forward because I don't know if it was Steve Hartford had wanted to put them bullshit ass scorecards up there saying, "Oh, I think Vargas might have won these rounds," and I'm just like,
he was trying.
so then Foster just was like, "Well, then I'll just walk his ass down and go side to side and beat him the hell up." Then what y'all gonna say? Then you seen the judges, which I was scared because they was in Texas, but even the judges in Texas like, nah, he whooped your ass.
It was a shutout, man. It was a total landslide. Like it was
Right.
I think they try to make sometimes people on TV, they try to bring the drama to the fight. Sometimes like, oh, he could have won these rounds, blah, blah, blah. No, like, we don't need no drama for the fight. We're watching the fight. Just be honest. Vargas was getting his ass kicked all fight. So, you know.
Yeah. So now I want to jump into Edgar Berlanga situation. What I want to say is, hold on, guys, real quick. Y'all talk about that. All I want to say is he switched trainers. So let me go into my Mayweather Senior spiel, and then Dez, you start off with what you think about Berlanga.
Berlanga, signed with Eddie Hearn, leaving Top Rank. Usually when a fighter leaves, usually when I see a fighter say somebody's moving them on too slow, I get that. You know, we all want the best fights. We want to see people, you know, get in there with the best. And if he felt like Top Rank was moving him along slow, you know, usually I would say that's good. You know, the boy wants to fight. Let him fight who he wants to fight. He wants the big fights. If you're not giving it to him, he needs to go. But, I mean, Edgar ain't really looked too impressive his last couple fights. He had to get out the canvas, got hurt and stuff like that. I think he's moving with Eddie Hearn just more so. Of course, everything is about money, but just for as the money standpoint, I think he wants the bigger fights, but I think it's more so for he wants that big payday fast. You know, he's trying to get that Canelo fight. He felt Top Rank was moving him on too slow.
Which I said in one of my videos a year and a half ago. I think MJ said, I don't give a damn if he's on anabolic steroids. And I know Ali don't like Canelo. He'll get his ass whooped by Canelo if he try to get in the ring with him.
Facts. Like, he's not, I don't think he's on that. He's young. He got time to, you know, we'll see what he looks like in maybe next year after a couple fights. But he has the time and the potential to maybe get to that level, maybe get that fight. But as it's looking like right now, like, I think Top Rank was moving him along. I think Top Rank saying he wasn't progressing as he thought he was. He was trying to move him on slow.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to maybe protect him, whatever. But I mean, we're just gonna see. Usually, fight like when fighters say they want to fight, I'm all for it. But right now, I think we're just gonna see. It might have just been a real money move for him. So we'll see, though.
Yeah. I mean, I seen him in the Wilder undercard guys, and he didn't get. And it was like the first time he got dropped by a non-superior opponent. He gonna try and go around and switch trainers. And like the great Floyd Mayweather Sr. say, man, look, man, that ain't about nothing if he ain't even moving his damn head. You saw him after when he was going off and Broner lost him down. He was like, man, ain't even moving his damn head, man. You know how he talk.
Yeah.
You can't beat nobody if you just think you're gonna knock somebody out and not move your damn head.
Yeah.
All right. So how's it going to be the trainer's fault? And then you're gonna sit there and say, oh, well, I want to change trainers, shout out to Dre and all this other stuff. Then you on ESPN Plus on the Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend, and you look even worse. And I'm just sitting there like, man, look, you can change trainers, you can do whatever you want. You better have some damn head movement in the sport of boxing, or somebody's going to eventually clean your clock. Ain't nobody's chin iron, and that's just being real.
Facts.
Yeah, like you're saying, man. He Des said he's young, which he is young. He's 25, so he does still got potential to get better. But the important thing is he does need to move his head. He doesn't move his head. He came into the professionals and he was being promoted as like a guy
like this knockout artist or whatever.
Knockout artist, but he's really not a knockout artist. He's built like that. He looks like that, but he's really not. And he needs to get better head movement and work behind his jab to set up his punches. He didn't look impressive, like Des said. In his last fight, had to get off the floor.
He still might have lost that fight, honestly.
Oh yeah, a lot of people think he lost that fight, Ali. The last two.
I think he got a lot of holes in his game. He has to work on.
He's got a lot of flaws. He really does. And switching from Top Rank to Eddie Hearn, I'm starting to get the feeling that Top Rank is kind of on a decline. As a promoting company. Just because Bob Arum, he's up there in age, man. He's close to 90, and it's just naturally when you're that old and you're the mastermind, let's say behind this promoting thing, you kind of start to fade. And Eddie Hearn is like the new kid on the block. That's kind of he's more out and about and on the scene always. He's more familiar with the fighters. The fighters can they can relate more to him. He's younger. He talks pretty good, tells them, I'm going to get you the best fights and I'm here just for the fighters and for the fighters' interest, and the fighters should get paid the most. He says a lot of things that a lot of fighters want to hear right now, that you're working for my interest, which a promoter should be working for the fighters' interest. But, he's promoting himself as much as he's promoting these fighters, and it's a multi-million-dollar deal that they just signed for. I'm not sure how many, but yeah, these guys, that's what they're in it for, man. They want to make money, and that's what they're for.
All right, go ahead, MJ.
Yeah, I call Edwin Berlanga. I call him the banger, right? The banger Berlanga, because he came out and they were promoting him, like you said, as this one-punch knockout artist, and he was living up to the billing throughout, his first maybe, 14, 15 fights. But the thing that concerns me with the banger, Berlanga, is more so the out of the ring stuff. When guys come in hungry and they don't have that money, like, it's a whole different mentality. And this is what I saw with Berlanga. When he first came out, that dude was hungry, he was broke, and he was like, once he started attracting the notoriety, next thing you know, you see a Fat Joe in his corner.
Yes.
And, you know what I mean? A lot of rappers, he's from Brooklyn, but, a lot of Bronx cats is rolling with him.
That's just a about equal thing in New York. That's all that's about.
I was just gonna say, you know what I mean? He's sporting Dookie ropes. He's
big chains or interviews now and stuff.
Outside, away from boxing. And then once he started experiencing some adversity, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a fight in I think it was 2022 when he was fighting against Angulo, and he was being challenged. And he actually almost pulled a Tyson where he, was biting his dude's shoulder, which was crazy. Like, what is this cat doing? But he's young, like we previously stated. He's young and he's maturing. So I think the jury is still out on Berlanga, and this may be a case where the hype may not live up to the billing as he moves up in competition.
And I'm gonna go ahead and add on to that and say hashtag Teofimo Lopez. Y'all can sit around. Yeah, y'all can sit around and say this trainer, that trainer. George Kambosos came over here and put his foot off in your ass, and then even afterwards You and your dad gonna sit around talking about something. I think we won the fight. Then it was Top Rank's fault. Then it was the Zone's fault. And then it was this person's fault. And then before the fight, y'all won all this crazy money in y'all on Triller. And y'all talking about we got J-Lo and all this other BS. And it's like, dude, go in there and fight some damn body.
Great analogy. Great analogy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you just got somebody. Dude came over from Australia, took that 20-hour fight. Said, all right, let me drop this sucker and I'm gonna go back. And I like Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just gotta be in reality, dog. Like it ain't going to be sweet. Y'all seen Floyd Mayweather got buzzed against Sugar Shane Mosley twice. What Floyd come back and do to Shane's ass after that, fellas?
Dominate.
Absolutely.
Dominate. Yeah.
He whooped his ass for the next 10 rounds and boxed circles around him. Shane, his face was all messed up.
That's
He
why
didn't know what to do afterwards. These dudes get dropped and they're like, oh, I'm not the strongest no more. I don't know what to do. And it's like, that ain't boxing, homie.
They
was
act like they don't want to face adversity in boxing nowadays. You
Right.
know, nobody wants to take an L. And as great Mayweather was, like he kind of, it wasn't his fault, but he kind of set the tone for the generation after him with nobody wanting to lose and the big money fights and all that stuff. Like, and I just think like you just got to stick back to doing them. Like Mayweather was like a generational, once in a lifetime thing going on. So if fighters could just get back to the fighting part, boxing be way better right now.
fighters like Des is saying, I don't the word soft, but a lot of them got a soft mentality right now, man.
Yes.
They want the easy out. They want to get paid, and they don't really want to face the best competition to earn that huge payday that they want. They kind of want to weasel their way to payday. They don't really want to fight. They're scared of the O. That's the thing. A lot of these guys right now, they're more worried about keeping their O rather than really doing anything. I don't know if these numbers are true or not, but I was kind of looking at certain fighters' net worth. Okay, Errol Spence, and you guys can tell me, is his net worth really? You guys think about $8 million? You guys think?
Yeah, he gets paid pretty good. He's one of the top, and that's been the argument, Ali. They say that all these guys are on PBC, all these guys are on Top Rank, but it's really about 5 of them that are getting paid.
Right.
So Earl Spence and Deontay Wilder and Danny Garcia, he made his money.
Not a lot of money though.
That's not a lot of money.
No, it's not. It's not Floyd Mayweather money. That's for damn sure.
And they've been in the game a long time for them to have that little bit of money. That's telling. That's very telling.
Yeah.
But then again, we don't know what's off the books, right?
That too.
No, I mean these guys don't get paid cash, so they can't really hide anything. These guys are getting paid checks,
True.
Yeah, but you can still put your money in investments, and you can put them in
but I mean,
accounts off the books where it's not really visible.
I bring that up because I feel like these guys are so worried about losing their O, and they're kind of losing out on money at the same time, versus
right.
And they earn a lot of money.
Putting that O to risk and fighting these, big names. I mean, Manny Pacquiao's got almost 10 losses, but his net worth is crazy. You know what I mean? He's been knocked out. That guy, again, he's not one of my favorite fighters, but that guy fought anybody. He didn't care. It's not right back and making major paydays because of that. He's getting major money because of that.
Ali, you just made a great point. All these guys scared to lose. And Des, think about this. And MJ, think about this. How many times did it take for Marquez to drop Pacquiao on his ass? How many times did he fight that man?
It fought a lot, man.
He fought a lot, 4 or 5.
He had to fight him 4 times. And Marquez took all of them damn right. He took all them losses, all of them down. And then he got that one jubilant where he put Manny Pacquiao's ass to sleep.
Yeah.
And Marquez is
go ahead,
MJ.
He's the exception because Pacquiao had a whole country behind him, man. That dude was
True.
an international superstar. So in terms of making money, like you can't really compare him to the average boxer. I mean, you know what I mean?
He's pretty nice stash in the bank too, man. He's I was looking at these guys' numbers. Gennady Golovkin is one of the highest.
Oh yeah, he's up there too.
He got paid, and
He
I
got
don't think
paid.
y'all know me. I don't think he fought superior competition. He got paid too. He got paid good.
Yeah.
He ain't with PBC.
We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But Dez, I want you to go ahead and elaborate on what you was about to say about the Pacquiao Marquez Ford.
I just was about to throw in there and Marquez defense. I do believe he won. The decision was kind of messed up on one of those fights. I can't remember. He fought so many. Like all their fights are like a blur to me now because he fought so many times. But I believe, like, even though he only beat Pacquiao at once, right? It was a draw once.
Nah, he beat Pacquiao the last time when he put Pacquiao's ass.
He beat Pacquiao once, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I believe a couple of those fights could have went the other. I'm trying to remember a fight, but one of those fights could have went the other way. I think I had Marquez winning one of those other fights. So all those fights, he needed the fight. You know what I mean? Like it was all close fight. He needed that fight. That's the only thing I was going to say about that.
Yeah. So speaking of that, and MJ brought up a good point about none of those guys are with PBC. Now, in 2015, I was all about PBC, and I still like what Al Heyman did for the sport and all that. And I respect him. I got love for him, but it's starting to be this situation where, first of all, let's get down to the nitty gritty, guys. And I think me, Ali, and MJ talked about this maybe 3 weeks ago. These guys are grossly overpaid, and now people are starting to see this stuff to start off with. They're grossly overpaid. So now guys that should be getting $1.5 million to fight after like 20 fights, they were getting it after like 5 or 6 fights, trying to compete with when Al Heyman got all that money from Wardell or whatever, and he did NBC fights and ABC fights and national regular fights. And now the money, I guess, is starting to slow up, and you're seeing $74.99 per fight. Guys, is it to a point where it's like, they don't want to fight nobody? And y'all, I guess y'all actually, I guess I'm kind of repeating it because y'all actually already said it. Like, y'all saw Floyd, what he did, but y'all did not see Floyd because y'all was babies when he was fighting in the damn backyard casinos. So y'all didn't see what made him grind to the top. But at this point, I'm gonna start with Daz, and then I'm gonna go to MJ. I'm gonna finish with Ali. Are these fighters grossly overpaid at this point, and they just living in a fantasy world?
I'm not too sure. I'm not sure a lot of them are grossly overpaid. They are living in the fantasy world, though. Like you said, this generation of fighters, they didn't see what Floyd did to get to that point. They only seen money Mayweather. They never seen Pretty Boy Floyd. Floyd had to take all those little fights and make his way up. Even when he did finally get his big fight, he still was the B side. You got fighters these days arguing who's going to be the A and B side.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. Excuse my language.
I hate
That's just
that.
crazy.
Like, Spence Crawford, A and B side, who cares? Make the fight. Y'all both going to get paid. Whoever wins is going to eventually get those bigger fights and get more money afterwards.
And you can get a rematch clause.
And you can get a rematch. I hate the A and B side talk so much. And like these fighters are living in fantasy world. I can't name one fighter other than AB probably who will just get up and fight anybody anytime. It's always too much politics. So I'm not too sure about being grossly overpaid. A lot of them, not too sure their net worth, but it's just a lot of them are living in a fantasy world, and they don't want to face adversity. They don't want to lose that They want the money. Like we just was talking about Berlanga.
Right.
I think he's just going to the Eddie Hearn. He wants those big fights, but I think he just wants to live in that lifestyle now. He wants to make the big change, the flashy. I think he's doing it more so for the wrong reasons.
And Eddie Hearn just want an American fighter so bad that somebody over here, he don't give a damn.
He don't give a damn.
I can sell out the garden,
Right. And he's going to feed them to the wolves, and Berlanga might be done after a couple fights. So I don't know. But yeah, fighters, like you said, man, fighters just living in a fantasy world right now. So we got to try to get back to the fighting,
MJ.
Now, first, let me just say, when it comes to how much boxers are getting paid, I am always in favor of the fighters getting as much as they can get when they can get it, because there's no guarantee that they're going to step out of that ring once they step in.
Understood. Yeah.
However, what's happening in boxing is an age-old equation. It's the consolidation. You have too few entities that control the purse strings in boxing. Consolidation is bad for boxing. You should have a myriad of ways to enter into this arena, not just one or two, right? If you don't fight for PBC, or if you don't fight for the zone, you're not going to get visibility. That is bad for the sport. That is no different than back in the day when, you had Don King and, Bob Arum basically, dominating all the purses. The consolidation part, to me, is the most detrimental aspect. And I like it when I see entities like BLK Prime coming into the equation. When you see folks willing to go the independent route like Floyd did, when you see guys like Spence and Crawford now starting to create their own promotional entities, we love that, because this will enable boxers to make money outside of just boxing. And that's the thing that the general public really doesn't have an inkling in terms of how the revenue is being generated in the sport. It's not like it was back in the day where, you got the TV contracts and then you could distribute it that way. They got, all these stipulations on, the pay-per-view numbers. And it's just a mess right now. So I'm always in favor of the boxers getting their money.
Finish us out, Brother Ali.
You mentioned some guys are getting paid, $1.5 million after their first, and their sixth fight as a pro. A lot of guys actually don't make nowhere near that money. Even they finish their career and never see $1.5 million purse. The guys I think that are getting paid that much money are definitely decorated amateurs. These guys that are either Olympians or have won national titles as amateurs, and then they come into the pro game, as they're signed under a promotional company. Don't quote me on this, but I think Oscar De La Hoya got $400,000 for his first professional fight.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah, first professional fight. But Oscar De La Hoya came in as a gold medal Olympian. A lot of these Olympians, when they initially come into the pro game, or again, if you're a big name, in the amateurs and got some, amateur titles and stuff like that, you're gonna get paid good money. Now, is it fair to the other guy? Like, imagine, one guy's getting paid $400,000 for his first fight, but the guy he's fighting probably got, $1,000 or $2,000. So, that is unfair for me, even though the guy's just an opponent. But yeah, these guys do deserve to get paid because, like MJ said, they're actually putting their life on the line every time they step in that ring, and it's not an easy job, man. I got back a little bit into boxing, just coaching a guy right now, and sometimes I'm bouncing around, and I'm 34, man. But I've been out of the ring since 2006, and I might move around just a little bit to show him some moves. I get back home, and my arms are sore.
Oh, man.
And they're beating their body, throughout training, throughout the fight, everything. These guys are really putting a lot of wear and tear on their body. So they deserve to get paid, yes. And they deserve to get paid crazy money like that. For the right guys, yes, they deserve it. For other guys that are, kind of, like I said, they want to slither their way and are too worried about keeping that, then no, I don't feel like they are. But some guys that are promotable and, are willing to fight, yes, give those guys the money. They deserve it. But guys are able to maneuver in such a way where they can dodge the big fights, no, those guys don't deserve to get paid. And I don't think the general public wants to see them anyway. That's why they can't sell pay-per-view.
Right.
And one guy does that I think right now will fight anybody is Shakur Stevenson.
Oh, that's your boy. That's Ali's boy. Ali think he gonna slice and dice the division up.
So hungry to fight anybody, you know, right now and make a name for himself. That yes, he is willing to fight anybody, and that's one guy that I truly him, Crawford, Spence. There's a few names that when I see these guys fighting, when I see them talking, I can tell these guys genuinely believe in their skill and are willing to bet all their money on themselves, you know, where when they step in the ring, they have that much confidence to where it doesn't matter who's standing in front of me. It doesn't matter what they're doing. I'm gonna win. Again, you know, just we use Floyd Mayweather as reference because he, for me, in the ring, he really is the best fighter that ever laced gloves. You know, if you open a boxing textbook and you see what's supposed to be done in every situation, Floyd Mayweather does the perfect thing in every situation. He's a fighter.
Right. And but speaking of that, go ahead, Ali.
Floyd, he's said it before. He doesn't really watch tape on other fighters. That tells you mentally that he doesn't care what the other fighter is doing, because whatever that fighter does, it's not going to be.
You got to adjust. At some point in the match, you're going to have to adjust.
Well, he can make the adjustment. He's so confident in himself. Like, it doesn't matter who he's fighting. You know, they can switch the opponent that same night, and Floyd is still going to beat him because whatever that guy does is not going to be enough. And whatever that guy's doing, Floyd can adjust to it. He's that confident in himself. And there's, you know, a select few right now that could do that. Again, you know, Crawford, Spence, Shakur, Haney. I like Haney too. He can, you know, he can fight pretty good. You know, there's only a select guys that are willing to do that and that are willing. Haney showed it by going to Australia, you know, to the guy's backyard, which is not an easy trip, and bringing the titles home.
Yeah, and I'm gonna transition. Now that's perfect since we talk about BLK Prime opponents. Des, you got boots on the ground right there in Baltimore. So Tank pleaded guilty. What's the situation with that?
Oh man, so I've been knew about. I remember when the hit and run happened. Matter of fact, it happened here in Baltimore. Tank, I don't know what he was thinking or what he was doing at that time, but he had to plead guilty. 2020 hit and run. I think 4 people were injured. One of them.
So this is during the pandemic, okay?
Yeah, it was during pandemic. He was in Baltimore. I think a girl got injured also that he hit.
And she was pregnant. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, and she was pregnant. So I remember that. I'm just surprised that it all happened right before the fight. Like I said, it was 2020. I knew something was going to have to happen sooner or later. Just kind of crazy. It's like a month before, you know, the fight. I just hope Tank stay focused. Because I think his sentencing won't be till May, if I ain't mistaken. And you know he's supposed to fight Ryan in April. So I hope it doesn't affect the fight. More so, I hope Tank, you know, is able to. He's got money. I'm not too sure. Like, he's gonna do jail time, you know, probably do community service. He probably gonna sue the shit out of him.
Right, that's what I was wondering. Somebody said that judge didn't throw it out.
They're gonna sit his ass down.
That's what I was wondering. I heard that judge was pretty uptight. So that's what I was trying to get from you and MJ. I mean, what will she do? If Tank goes in there and says, okay, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I made a big mistake. I'm ready to pay my debt to society. I'm ready to give these people the money I owe them. Please let me fight so I can give these people this money and give them a comfortable lifestyle since I was screwed up and I was a jackass. I wonder if he goes in with that mentality, if he can get like 60 to 90 days, get out of there and then keep fighting. Or all right, go ahead, MJ. You the OG. Let me hear what you think.
Go ahead. I didn't know that. I don't know the judge aspect of it, all that. I hope that he don't have to sit down. But yeah, go ahead and tell us.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Go ahead, MJ. Let's.
I'm gonna tell you, this is why they're gonna sit his ass down. That hit and run. This came after they were partying. One, he didn't have a license. Two,
no license.
After he hit this lady, he apparently made eye contact with her.
Jeez.
saw that this lady was pregnant.
Gosh, Tank.
Right?
So he ran instead of being like, I effed up. And that's probably going to piss people off more.
Yeah, definitely.
Bingo. And it occurred in a part of town. This was down, I think it was on, it might have been on MLK, right down.
It was downtown, yeah.
Yeah, it was right in the commercial district. You know what I mean? Like when you come in near M&T Stadium,
Yep.
Near University of Baltimore Law School, all that. So they're going to make an example out of Tank. He's not going to do hard time, but trust, they're going to sit him down for a minute.
So you think he's going to at least get 90 days, something like that?
Minimum 90 days. If he doesn't get actual time where he has to go serve time in jail, they're probably going to put him on house arrest, for a couple of months or whatever.
Even if he come in with that spiel like, hey, I'm willing to pay to my dad, I'm willing to, Your Honor, let me go fight so I can make sure these people live good for my dickhead mistakes, do you think they still going?
Bruh, this is the environment, the climate right now is crazy. It's crazy in Baltimore, you know what I mean? You had a kid just not too long ago, what they call a squeegee kid, that was attacked by a motorist, and he shot this cat, and they trying to put this kid away for defending himself. So that climate right now, I just think that it's a bad timing for the situation for Tank, and he got another pending case with the domestic violence situation, right? So to me, it just seems like it's just a bad sign, bad timing. Stars are not aligned for Tank, and I hope it's not a situation where they throw the book at him, but I really believe they're going to sit him down for a minute.
Ali, what you think?
I think Tank he's been making headlines for all the wrong reasons, man. And I really like Tank as a fighter. He seems like a good kid at heart. You hear this kid talking on interviews, anything like that. He's very well composed, and he has his head on right. If I can be really honest, man, I feel like this guy might have an underlying problem, man, to where it's leading him to here. Seems like he needs to maybe do something about alcohol, man. I feel like alcohol may be involved in a lot of these things. The last week, was it during the Super Bowl? They started. Yeah,
what was up with that wheelchair thing? But go ahead, Ali.
Of him, in a wheelchair. The guy's not disabled for sure, but he just, the look on his face, he looks so drunk, where he couldn't, walk. He looked like he was that drunk, So, he needs to have better people around him, man. I wish that, these fighters and their promoters and their lawyers can actually force them to hire, a driver, to where they don't have to drive, and
shit, it's easier than when we was young, Ali. They got Uber and Lyft. They ain't got to do but push a damn button.
Yeah, as somebody that's a millionaire, that's a professional athlete, you don't want to be calling Uber, let's say, or something like that. And it just looks better if you got a driver. You already got
that too.
Cars, just hire a driver. That's all you got to do. What are you gonna pay the guy? $60,000 a year. You can afford that. You probably pay $60,000 for a chain.
Right. Well, what upsets me is they all look up to Floyd Ali, but it's like none of y'all took that aspect of Floyd that he don't drink and he don't smoke. Y'all missed that for some reason. How the hell they missed that one?
Right. Good question.
Right now for domestic violence and being a celebrity. Trust me, the judge knows that. So regardless, of whether they're obviously not tied into each other, but that's gonna be in the back of the judge's mind, to where, okay, yeah, this guy thinks he's a badass,
right, especially now.
Yeah, and he's got all this money. I'm gonna show him who's boss. They might throw the book at him, which I hope they don't. And I like to see these young fighters do good for themselves and keep their head on right.
And they forget that the judges be wanting political power, because when the judge do that, now they gonna be running for this judge or this district judge, and try and make their way up to a federal judge. So they be forgetting this. It could be politics involved in that shit too.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So like I said, he's been making headlines for the wrong reasons right now. And I don't think he's gonna fight Ryan Garcia in April. I mean, we're already halfway.
See, that's where I was confused at. I was wondering if, because AB had these problems, and we'll go to AB next. I was wondering if he just has the fight in April, Ali, anyway, and then just goes and just gets as much money as he can, and then goes and sits his ass down in jail for however he need to in May.
No, I don't think they're gonna have that fight, because that fight is gonna need big promoting. That's a big fight. These guys are gonna be traveling the country to make once the deal's signed, these guys gotta be out traveling, training, doing all that to sell this fight, having press conferences, everything. And
Right.
it's at a point now to where there's really not that much time. I mean, unless the fight is signed within the next 2 days, these guys have 8 weeks really for their training camp. They're not going to have a 6-week training camp for a big fight, or a 4-week training camp. So I don't think the fight's going to happen in April. It doesn't look like it's happening. I know there's been a lot of talk about it, and that it's going to happen, but I don't think so, because a fight of that magnitude, that big, needs a lot of promoting. It's going to be a pay-per-view fight for sure. So I don't think that fight's going to happen. I think Ryan Garcia is going to fight in April. I don't think Tank is going to fight in April. I think Ryan Garcia will fight in April, and it's not going to be against Tank. But hopefully I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, it's sucks. So right now, real quick, we're going to transition into the great AB, and we're going to go.
We're going to have an interview. You make the decision. What did you think about the fight? I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him.
All right, we back now. Let's. I don't know. I think I'm gonna start with MJ on this one. Okay, let me say this, MJ. 4 damn fights. Well, it could have been 4 fights. It starts off with Ivan Redcatch, and then it's some promotional BS. Then it goes to my man Hammer and Hank Lundy representing South Philadelphia. Then they suspend his damn license out in California. Then it's my man, this Mike Williams Jr. Now, I don't know if y'all are all up on it now. The beef is, people don't think Roy Jones Jr. is that great of a trainer. And Michael Williams Jr.'s father was all for Roy Jones Jr. for a while. Then Roy Jones Jr. and I'll have Ali speak to this when it's his turn to come around. They say he got the man in sparring, and that's how he broke his jaw in 2 places, going hard in sparring a week out of the fight. Some people think it's behind the scenes PBC self-sabotage. I personally thought 2 years ago when Adrian Broner started having his problems with Al Heyman and them, he should have took his ass on over to the United Kingdom and got that UK money with Matchroom Boxing, beat up a bum, and then fight Conor Benn if his ass wasn't on anabolic steroids, or fight not Jack Cottrell but other Josh Taylor. AB should have went on his UK tour, made a good $10 million, and came and sat his ass down and been whooping on him, kind of like what Canelo does on his days. But you dive into it, MJ. I mean, it's a mess.
Yeah, you basically touched on all the points, bro. This is classic AB, right? This is what we used to with AB, man.
I beat him.
Drama.
There's always going to be some controversy swirling around my brother, and it's great for boxing, right? We love AB because AB brings the boxing what nobody else can. Those are fantastic points you made about him taking an alternate route. I think it's just an instance where, as we've outlined previously, you've got the powers in boxing, understanding the money in boxing, understanding that this brother is a draw. And
yeah, man.
You know what I mean? They come to the table, they bring a little bag, AB's down, AB like, okay, I'll take the little bag because it's going to lead to a bigger bag. When we all know AB don't need these cats. These cats need AB.
True.
Right? They can't put fannies in the seats. AB can put people in the seats. AB can get eyes on the screen. And to see all of the craziness surrounding his comeback is the most disappointing thing to me, because this is squandering not only a great opportunity for this brother to rewrite his story, because if AB comes back and he wins, he actually gets to write one of the, potentially one of the greatest comeback stories we've seen in a long time. So it's disappointing. I always root for AB because,
But MJ, do you think it's somebody behind the scenes trying to railroad AB?
I'm not going to say it's a person, or I just think that, when entities want control, they will do things in order to ensure that control is maintained. I don't know enough about the situation to really speak on that. The one thing I can say for sure from the outside looking in is that boxing needs AB, and at this stage in his life, AB needs boxing.
Yeah.
So we need to, we need to see how this thing shakes out, and hopefully this brother can, come out and, get the type of help he needs in order for him to ascend and write the ending of his story the way he wants it written, and not the way other people want to write it for him.
Ali, I'm gonna go to you, and I'm gonna finish with Dez.
Yeah, to be quite honest, I'm not really fully up to speed on what's going on with Adrian Broner, but yeah, it seems like a lot of his opponents are falling out for different reasons. And at this point, him as a fighter, he just needs to stay in the gym, stay in shape, so he doesn't get caught off guard,
Right.
So call him up one day, hey man, we got an opponent for you. He's ready 2 weeks, So at this point right now, he needs to stay sharp. He needs to stay ready. A lot of guys lose their stock and actually, end up, losing their careers off of stuff like that, to where they try to catch them off guard, to where they actually want to get rid of these guys, because they might call them right now with a huge name actually at 147. They might say, hey, you know what? We got you Errol Spence fight. We got you a Thurman fight. You know what I mean? Those guys might be trying to use him as an opponent. You get what I'm saying? Somebody that's ranked higher than him might give him a call to, hey man, we want a tune-up fight for some reason. A Crawford might call him. Him and Crawford are kind of working together in a way right now, from what I understand too. So Crawford might call him up, hey, we need you. So this guy needs to stay ready, needs to stay in the gym, needs to stay in shape. That's all he can do right now, as a fighter. That's all he can do is stay ready, stay in shape. So when these fights do come together, he can perform and he's ready. He can't really worry about the promotion and what's going on. He needs to let the promoter handle that, and he needs to let everybody else handle their business. His business right now is staying in shape, staying in the gym, and just being ready. That's all he can do. And the talent is there. He just needs to be in good shape to fight 12 rounds. So no matter who they put in front of him, he can perform.
Yeah. Dez, you there? What the hell is going on, Dez? I mean, are they playing games with him? Is this just random stuff? I mean, the first two ones, I'm like, you know what? This is kind of fishy. The Ivan Radcatch promoter didn't do nothing. Then Hank Lundy got suspended. But then this one, it came up to the thing, and then it was like, when I seen the father on the Boxing Voice, Dez, his father was all for Roy Jones Jr. Now he's saying Roy Jones Jr. is this. He's a guy worried about his legacy. He's this and that. And then his son gets his jaw broken sparring. What the hell's going on, Dez? Like, it's crazy.
So you think it's a conspiracy going on or something, huh?
Listen, I try not to be a conspiracy theorist, but sometimes I'm just like, well, hold the hell on, man. And my argument too is BLK Prime. When you seen that you had those first two problems, I would have had 10 opponents lined up secretly, being like, yo, you come to the fight, you getting paid no matter what. We got to have somebody fight AB in case this other dude back out or something crazy happened. I would have had 10 secret opponents lined up and be like, yo, all of y'all coming. Y'all ain't got no work. I would have did it within a month. Y'all got any work coming up? Nope. All right, y'all sign this. Boom, boom, boom. If y'all back out, y'all got to pay me this or that. I'd had 10 secret opponents. So when it came time to fight, it's like, yo, this fight's happening. Especially after what happened to him the first couple times.
Definitely. You about to say something, Ali?
Yeah, I wanted to ask. So BLK Prime is who? Who's the promoter in that?
This is a new entity. I know Zab Judah is like one of the presidents, but it's a new entity. That's who Terrence Crawford did his last fight through in Omaha. They got their own little pay-per-view thing going. So it's a new company in boxing, and a lot of people think that they're trying to make it hard for them to make money in boxing.
They probably are. Yeah, these other promoters, they don't want a new guy coming in and carrying their profits. That's for sure. And one more thing to ask with the whole Roy Jones thing. What's going on with that?
Basically, Roy Jones Jr. Is the head trainer. The father is like the second trainer, but Roy Jones Jr. is the head trainer. What'd you say, Ali?
You're saying he's the head trainer for Adrian Broner?
No, he's the head trainer for Adrian Broner's opponent, and he had him doing hard sparring this week, and it broke 2 jaws, and everybody's looking like, yo, what is you doing sparring that hard for a week out?
Yeah. And who's the guy's father? Adrian Broner's opponent's father got upset with.
Yeah, he's when I heard him talking about Roy Jones Jr. before, he was fond of him. Now he ain't talking so fond of him.
Yeah, I'm not going on, but listen, because one guy doesn't mean he could be a great trainer, but he could be a great trainer. You never know. Like I'm not really sure what's going on. I can't really talk too much about it. But yeah, it could be man, it could be anything. You don't know what's going on behind the scene. It could be they're icing Broner. Who knows?
It's a damn mess, man. Yeah. It's a mess.
And
don't discount and leave out the fact that Steven Espinoza and Showtime still have a relationship with Broner. So I don't know how big a bag BLK Prime gave Broner, but Espinoza and them could step in, buy out his contract, and get Broner back with Showtime if his head is on straight. I haven't heard any rumblings of that, but that's something that I would think could be a possibility. But don't quote me.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, man, it's unfortunate for AB. I didn't think about conspiracies until you said something about it, but that could be what's going on. Like, people might be trying to stop his bag because he's on Black Promise, a new promotion company. People might be hating on him. I don't think I've never seen a fighter have to get this many fighters up to I don't think I've seen this many fighters drop out for a fighter. 3 fighters in a row.
Yeah, that's weird, ain't it?
Yeah, that is real. That's real weird. Like, I don't know. And like Ali said, I just hope he stays ready. I mean, it seemed like AB's been training for a while now. I remember when he was getting back, like, it seemed like AB been training for about a year now.
He looked good, man. He was looking a little crazy at that.
Yeah, he's standing there definitely, but also don't want him to overtrain because he keep training.
Yes.
These fights are not happening. So he's been training for a while now. Usually fighters have a couple months of training camp before they fight. He's been going to training camp for about 3 different fights now. So he's been training for a while now. He looks good. But like Ali said, I just hope he stays ready. Hope he get a fight soon. I mean, I think the fight was supposed to be the 25th. So I don't know.
Next week, we were supposed to listen. I was gonna have the sound bites and everything. Yeah. Next week was supposed to be AB party week. Definitely. We was gonna say put more cheese on that burger, shut that sauce, everything was coming next week. You know what I mean? Brush my hair, daddy, all that shit.
Definitely. I don't think they're gonna be able to find him a fighter. In a week? I don't think that's gonna.
That's why I see that. That's why I said that. Like, it's like, okay, if that happened twice already, you supposed to be like, all right, now
you're supposed to have it. Yeah.
Like, let me secretly line something up so it ain't no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're supposed to have your backups. I guess they were thinking like, this the 3rd fight. Ain't no way in hell this guy's going to back out too. So I think that might have been that thinking. But
what's your opinion on Roy Jones Jr., Des? Was that some bullshit for him to have him sparring, or what's up with that?
Definitely. Maybe light sparring, like, just but the spar a lot of rounds and and your jaw gets broke on top of that, like I thought sparring supposed to be light. Like how hard did the guy hit him though? You know what I mean? Like
That's what I'm thinking.
You
With
got head get on too. Like what? Like how do you get your jaw broke in sparring? Like it's kind of weird. But man, as far as Roy Jones training, I'm not too sure. I have heard.
They didn't like Roy Jones because how he let Eubank get it. Remember, Eubank was doing the stanky leg.
Eubank just got knocked out, and now they're looking at everybody's looking at Roy Jones like, man, what's going on? You know, so it's like that might be a flaw against Roy. He might not be that good of a trainer either, though. But it's unfortunate for AB. I hope he can get him a fight soon. I don't think they're gonna be able to find nobody in a week for him, so I don't know how that situation gonna go down, but. Man, stay ready, AB. We trying to see you back in that ring ASAP.
Yeah, so we got another Showtime card next week, and yeah, like I was all ready for that fight, man. I wasn't looking forward to nothing else, but now I guess I'm gonna have to look forward to Figueroa in March. Well, actually, Ali's boy in a couple of weeks when he fights, that'll be a good one too. But I was like, damn, that was the one I was looking forward to because.
Me too.
He just brings a different type of energy. You know, you're gonna laugh.
The return of AB, we all wanted to see. He was looking good, man. We all wanted to see it, man. It's unfortunate. I hope he keeps it.
Who was that third opponent that fell out?
That was the dude we talking about, Michael Williams Jr. He fought on like some top rank undercards, and he was very close. I don't know if Dez or MJ can remember. He was very close to beat one of the top ranks, top prospects, who is number one right now, and he was very close on the scorecards. And then I believe late in the fight he got dropped, and he has been there. So he's faced pretty good competition. I believe he's like either 22-1 or 22-2. I feel like 2 or 3 of his opponents have top notch contracts with the zone and top rank, but I can't think of the guys like right off my head. But he's had superior competition. But
I thought it might have been that one white guy, Goodfella. He calls himself that. His nickname is Goodfella. I think he's Mexican. Looks white. He's always wearing that fedora hat. I forget his name. He's 154 though. 154. You'll know him if you see him.
I think I know you talking about Ali. I just can't say his name right now.
By Roy Jones. Roy Jones was his trainer.
You're talking about Ryan something, whatever his name is.
Something Goodfella. His nickname is Goodfella.
Yeah, I think Mario Barrios fought him before.
And I think Tony Harrison beat him. So, hey, I love Roy Jones, man. I really love Roy Jones, in and out the ring. But he might not be a good trainer. Seems like his fighters are all.
Oh, speaking of Barrios, I know we already left that, but he looked good on that.
Speak on that real quick, Des. He did. He came back. But hey, Ali think he was the old boy was there for a payday though, Santiago.
I ain't gonna lie, the fight looked kind of easy for him because I never seen Barrios look that good before either. Like that jab was fast. He was landing left hooks all night, straight rights all night. Yeah, Santiago didn't really put up a decent fight, but I mean, still give Barrios credit. He looked it better than what he did, you know. So I give
Santiago was like, I'm about to go home, start me a real estate company in Puerto Rico with this bag.
After the 4th round, man, he was waving the white flag, looking at the referee like, please stop it.
Yeah, man, Barrios got him out of there. That was a good fight by him.
Yeah, and tonight, MJ, you got anything to say on Barrios?
Mario Barrios?
Yeah, you got anything to say about that fight?
Barrios, I love Barrios, man. He's a big, rangy dude, and he can bang. Plus, he got a chin.
He do got a chin. I give him that.
Yeah, no question. I love Barrios, man. Anytime I get a chance to see Barrios, I'm there.
Yeah. And I'm going to finish with this, fellas, tonight. I know they got that Lee Wood card versus whatever that dude is on the zone. What is his name? You know his last name, Des? I forget. It's a DAZN fight. It'll be on in like 3 hours. But the fight I want to talk about is the other DAZN fight that's here. It's Nery versus Hovhannisyan, or however you say his name. I've seen Hovhanasan fight on Showbox, so I know who he is. Near, huh? What'd you say? What'd you say, brother?
Crazy A.
Crazy, yeah. Yeah, I've seen him. Dez Ali. I don't know if y'all saw him. He had some of the greatest Showbox moments ever, where he one of them dudes. Like he not quitting. He going out hard. Like you
I seen only one of his fights, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he goes hard on Showbox. So I'm glad to see him get the big fight on the zone. I'm trying to think of who this Lee Wood dude. He's a big deal in the UK, but that's the fight. But that's really the fight. I'm gonna watch the one on the zone. Ali, you said you caught some fights last night, or you didn't? I didn't catch any.
There was some fights on last night, but I didn't get a chance to watch them. But yeah, those guys, I really can't say either one of their names. But say that name.
Yeah. Go ahead, say it, MJ.
Yeah, Azat Havanesian is an Armenian fighter.
Yeah, that's how I remember him, because he was. Y'all know what, guys? I saw him on Showbox back when Triple G fought the. He was my friend on Facebook for a minute. What, Monez Martirosyan or whatever his name was.
Martirosyan.
Yeah, Triple G knocked him out.
Yeah.
But that was back when I was seeing him and they was promoting the Armenian fighters, and that was when I first saw him.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna drop a name on you. That every time I see Crazy A fight, he always brings up memories. You remember Darchinian? Vic Darchinian?
Yes, Vic Darchinian. Oh, that dude was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crazy A reminds me a little bit of Darchinian with a little bit more discipline, right?
Man, Darchinian would just keep coming forward anyway.
Darchinian was crazy, man. That dude did not care. But this fight against he's fighting Pantera, right?
Neri. Yeah, Neri, yeah.
That is going to be an action fight, bro. That is going to be an action fight.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. If y'all ain't caught up with him, hey Dez, hey Ali, watch
check him out.
Hey, he go hard in the paint. He don't care. He'll keep fighting hard.
I'm about to pull up a clip on him now.
Havanesian, he fought the dude who fought Foster last week. I can't remember. Vargas.
He lost to Ray Vargas.
He lost to Vargas.
By UD though. Vargas ain't knock him out. He lost by UD.
That was a bloodbath. That fight between Vargas and Havanesian was a bloodbath. I mean, those dudes busted each other's up.
That's the fight I seen of his, Dad. Okay, now I'm thinking about that's the fight I seen of his. Okay.
he go hard, don't he?
Yeah, he do. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and Pantera, Neri is no joke. Neri, that kid is nice, man. He's nice. I love his style. He's classic. He's a classic Mexican fighter, but he has some athleticism to him, and he's not strictly just a puncher brawler. He can, you know what I mean. His ring generalship is very nice. He moves. He knows how to set up angles. But the thing about Havanesian is that Havanesian knows how to cut off the ring. He knows how, like he knows how to stalk mugs, man. So that's going to be an entertaining fight. That's going to be a very entertaining fight.
For sure. And I know it ain't like you like him, Ali, where they got the smooth slice you up, Shakur, Floyd and Devin Haney. But I tell you what, you will respect this dude's heart, Ali, because he will keep coming like, punch himself on the face like, let's go.
It's a fan-friendly fight, right? Where a lot of blood is being splattered all over the place, man.
Yeah.
I actually checked out their records. I was looking at it. And that's why in the beginning of the show, I said I want to give a shout out to Steph Fulton because he's the man in that division. All those guys have fought. He's Neuro, whatever that guy's name is. I think he's lost to Figueroa. And Figueroa lost to Steph Fulton. So Steph Fulton is the man at that division. And, they all have to answer to him. But, yeah, I think, like you guys are saying, that should be a good fight. But
I'm trying to see what this other one is.
He's the younger fighter. He's got the better record, if you want to say. The Armenian dude, he's 34, 35 years old. So, definitely the right now, if you want to say. But yeah, those guys that come to bang, man, like Vic Darchinyan, you guys are saying he was.
Vic was a G, man. Y'all know what else y'all forgetting about? Y'all remember Ruslan Provodnikov? What?
Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah. Big game Provodnikov. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So I just looked it up. He's fighting Mauricio Lara. That's who Lee Wood is fighting. So if y'all got the zone and y'all want to see an afternoon one, y'all can catch that. I'm gonna catch up on that later. But tonight I'll definitely be watching those dudes go Mortal Kombat in the ring for sure.
Definitely. Also, 2 fights come on the zone today?
It's 2 fights on the zone. You working today, Des? You got kind of chill today?
I'm gonna catch both of them.
Yeah. So one at probably 2:00 East Coast time, your time, 1:30 ish it'll be on the undercard, and then later on the one in California probably come on 9 your time.
Got you. Got okay. I didn't know 2 of them. I knew the Neri fight. I didn't know about the other card.
It's the UK. I just try and keep up on UK stuff because whether we like it or not, UK got the money. Oh, and let me finish. We've been talking for a minute. It's been over an hour, y'all. Let me finish with this, guys. And I'm gonna start with you, Daz, and I'm gonna finish with MJ. If Wilder don't go through, and if Tyson Fury and Usyk don't get a fight done, it's talk since we talked about a 4th match between Wilder and Fury. So. I'm entertained by it because I know Wilder probably want to pull a Marquez, but they're saying that because they said when it comes to that stuff y'all was talking about earlier, that A-side, B-side bullcrap, Tyson Fury on that cable split where he talking about you got to give me 80-20, just talking crazy. But would you be entertained by a 4th fight between the two?
I would be entertained by the 4th fight, all because of what the fighters bring. We know what kind of fight we're gonna get with that fight. It's probably not gonna go the distance, Wilder always has a chance because he has that knockout power. We all know that, and we all know the type of fighter Tyson is. So I would be down for a 4th fight. I still, man, even though Tyson would be the favorite, I still think Wilder will be able to pull that 4th fight on. I just think it might be his time this time if that happens. He has to beat Ruiz though, right? I think he has to beat Ruiz for Wilder.
They're having that's the other thing, Des. They having beef with that. So on top of Adrian Broner wanting to leave Al Haymon, it sounds like Deontay Wilder wants to work with all networks now because he's trying to say he want more to fight Andy Ruiz.
Oh, okay. So that fight might not be going down.
That might not be going down. I think they're already trying to find an opponent for Andy Ruiz.
Oh, damn. See, I didn't even know. So what's up with so Fury's not gonna fight Usyk? That's not going down either.
They supposed to be having a discussion, but y'all know how Tyson Fury talking that shit. You want to come to the UK, you got to take 80-20. I'm the champ. Get my man Queensberry Promotions in it. Okay, mate. You know how they be talking.
Man, Tyson deserves it, man. But sometimes, man, he just talks way too much. He's definitely on his high horse. You know what I mean? He demands crazy numbers. He was talking about at one point in time he was going to fight the UFC guy.
Yeah.
Francis Ngannou. You're right. He was talking about
Donahue. Yeah, me and Ali was talking about that. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was going. He wanted a certain amount of money for that. He said he'll do that, bare knuckle, whatever. So Tyson does a lot of talk. He's on his high horse. But as far as that 4th fight, man, I'll be entertained by it. I will watch it. We know what Wilder's gonna bring. We know what Tyson's gonna bring. I kind of wish Wilder will fight Ruiz first, and then Tyson will fight Usyk first. And then the winners of those fight, then we could get that fight. I wish that's how I want that.
Yeah, because it was actually mandated by the WBC, I think.
Right. So I would want to see that route first because I don't think Wilder should just go right back in there fighting Tyson. I mean, let him fight somebody else. I mean, the dude he just fought, he knocked out in 18 seconds. So we really ain't get to see did Wilder improve since the loss from Tyson Fury. We haven't seen that. So I wanted him to fight somebody else before he fought Tyson Fury. But I mean, I would be excited if he did fight a 4th time. I just wish it was a different route, but man, we'll see though.
Ali, what you think?
I would much rather see Wilder versus Tyson Fury rather than Tyson Fury versus
Usyk.
I'm not a fan of Usyk, to be honest. And for reasons is I don't feel like he's really proved himself as a heavyweight to really deserve that fight. I know he beat AJ twice, but AJ is not the hardest guy to beat. He fights like a robot, and Usyk to me still fights like an amateur. He's still fighting on that point system, you know, where he's just touching the guy.
Yeah.
You know, he still fights like an amateur, which is really boring. I don't want especially at heavyweights. Like these heavyweights fight, and he's not the most exciting fighter. So yes, I would rather see Wilder versus Fury. I would like to see Usyk versus Ruiz, though. I want to see him.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, I would like to see him really battle tested in the heavyweight division. He's fought really no big names in the heavyweight division, and then he fought Chisora, right? Did he fight?
He fought Joshua. That was the fight I went to in Saudi.
Right. But I mean, before Joshua, who had he fought?
He didn't really fought nobody.
He didn't really fight anybody, man. So I really want him fight another name, you know? Like him and Ruiz fight, and then maybe the winner of those two can get the Tyson Fury shot. Yeah, Tyson Fury deserves to call the shots right now. Deserves to pick the gloves, yeah, because I don't feel like Usyk really has any say so in it. He really didn't earn his stripes in the heavyweight division. He didn't really fight anybody. I mean, he fought AJ, and again, AJ is not the hardest guy.
Nah, AJ has been very, very disappointing, but hey, at least he got a new trainer.
Yeah. So hopefully he does better right now with his new trainer. It's the same guy.
Yeah. It's Spence's trainer, Derek James. He's pretty legit. So we'll see.
Yeah, Derek James legit. Yeah, good trainer. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would much rather see Fury and Wilder again, and that'll be a big fight for sure. You know, that'll sell anywhere they fight. That'll sell.
MJ.
Man, look, I know this is not going to be popular, but I don't want to see Wilder fight anymore.
Oh wow.
These super heavyweight dudes. I've seen Wilder get rocked too many times. I want that brother to be able to, you know what I mean, play with his grandchildren, enjoy the fruits of his labor. I do not want to see him as a broken heavyweight who once was. I want to see him as an elder with all his faculties, man. And these super heavyweights, these guys are massive, right? We know that these guys can bang. We know that Wilder can bang. He's just been concussed too many times, and I don't want to see him concussed anymore. That's just my opinion.
Well, fellas, that was another great show. Next week, I guess we'll have to talk about the Showtime card that's in Minneapolis, and then we'll start to heat up the plate for Tony Harrison and Brandon Figueroa. Hell of a show as usual. I could do this with you guys all day, man. It's a blessing meeting all y'all, man.
Facts, man. Yep.
Hey.
We appreciate the opportunity, baby.
What y'all want to go out to? Y'all want to go out to Floyd Mayweather saying he can't train no damn body, or y'all want to go out to AB?
AB all day, baby.
AB all day.
What you got, Ali?
Hey, I'm with the masses, man. AB.
All right, y'all. Y'all know he beat him.
What did you think about the fight?
Let's take it easy, bro.
All right, peace.
Yeah.
All right.
What did you think about the fight? I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. But let me talk something. Let me let y'all know. Y'all know I beat that boy. Y'all know I beat that boy. Y'all know I beat that boy.
Yo, we out.
That's what you had implied and said in an interview. Hey man, look here. That man can't train nobody. Shit, I seen it right on the goddamn screen. Can't train nobody. I see why bro